Vultures begin their day on rising thermals, letting sunlight warm the air beneath their wings so they can climb without wasting energy. From high above, they scan enormous distances, searching not for movement but for the still shapes that signal an animal has died. Sight guides them more than smell, and the curve of their neck helps them tilt and lock onto subtle contrasts against the ground. When one bird begins circling lower, others notice and join, forming a slow spiral that signals opportunity without making a sound. Their arrival marks the first stage of nature's cleanup process, one built to remove a carcass before it can spread disease. Feet and legs stay bare to keep bacteria from clinging, and their strong stomach acid destroys most pathogens they ingest. They approach cautiously, watching for hyenas, jackals, or lions that may still claim the meal as their own. If the predators have moved on, the vultures take turns, each waiting for an opening while the rest shuffle forward in a loose ring. Their hooked bills tear through hide that most animals cannot penetrate, beginning at softer spots and working inward. As they feed, more birds arrive, each species using a different strategy based on bill shape and size. Large species with deep bills rip through tough layers, while slender-billed vultures reach between bones for the last scraps. In minutes, a carcass that could poison a landscape becomes clean, leaving only bones and a patch of trampled grass. This speed limits bacteria, prevents scavengers from getting sick, and stops infectious outbreaks long before they begin. After feeding, they perch to rest and let heat sterilize any remaining moisture on their heads and necks. Their bald heads are adaptations, not imperfections, less surface area for bacteria to cling to after a messy meal. Thermals strengthen again by midday, and vultures rise on columns of warm air, climbing with barely a wing beat. From this height, they read the behavior of other scavengers, using movement patterns to guess where food may lie. They also watch shadows. Dark shapes of other vultures gliding below can reveal something hidden to the eye. Despite their vital role, many species now face steep declines from poisoning, habitat loss, and collisions with power lines. In some regions, carcasses laced with toxic chemicals meant for predators end up killing entire groups of vultures. Slow reproduction makes recovery difficult. A pair may raise just one chick a year, investing months into its growth. Parents split roles, one guarding while the other soars out for food, sometimes traveling dozens of miles in a single search. Each successful return brings small scraps that gradually strengthen the chick for its first launch into open air. When the young bird steps off the ledge, gliding replaces instinct. It must learn to navigate wind, heat, and distance on its own. Juveniles practice with short circuits, circling known ground until they master the art of rising on invisible air currents. Over time, they join adults at carcasses, earning their place in the loose hierarchy that forms around every meal. Older birds dominate, but experience matters. Those that arrive efficiently avoid unnecessary competition. This balance keeps the cleanup crew effective, ensuring no carcass sits long enough to cause trouble. Though misunderstood, vultures are among the most important animals for ecosystem health. Their efficiency supports every predator, grazer, scavenger, and plant by keeping nutrients moving and landscapes safe. Where vultures disappear, carcasses linger, diseases spread faster, and entire food webs begin to falter. Protected zones, safer power infrastructure, and clean livestock practices are now essential to their survival. Some regions have already seen recovery, proving their numbers can rebound when threats are removed. Every circling shadow is a sign of a working ecosystem, one where decay is handled quickly and safely. And when a vulture finally lands to feed, it completes a cycle older than any predator. Life making room for life by clearing what remains. In harsh, dry seasons, vultures may travel far beyond their usual ranges, crossing borders and entire ecosystems in search of a single meal. These long flights link regions together, moving nutrients from one landscape to another through the simple act of feeding and returning to roost. Roost trees become meeting points where dozens of birds gather, sharing information simply by watching where others depart at dawn. At night, they settle into quiet stillness, conserving energy for the next day's search while warm winds rustle through the branches. By morning, the cycle begins again, heat rising, wings spreading, and a sky full of scavengers ready to keep the land clean.